Welcome to Judge Me Not, a safe place to have real conversations with real ass people. Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome to the Judge Me Not podcast. To my first time listeners, welcome back to my regular listeners. I'm your pretty cool host, EnviiDee. At least I think so myself. What's up? I've been MIA. I've been gone. I know, I'm working on that. I'm working on consistency. I'm working on a lot of things. Keep in mind, I did this podcast as an outlet for myself and to possibly impact and help other people so they know they're not going through this shit by themselves. So, what's up? Let's check in. Happy New Year. How's life? You know my thesis. If you have time to listen to a podcast, then life can't be that motherfucking bad. So again, welcome, welcome, welcome. So let's just jump into it. Today we're gonna talk about time, like the importance of time and everything that surrounds time. So y'all know my ass is in therapy. I am so pro therapy. It is everything to me. Mental health is very important, especially in demographics that I'm a part of. So I recommend it. I talk about it often. If you can't afford therapy right now, then I'll just keep on passing along the things that I learn and talk about in my own sessions. So I meet with my therapist once a month, depending on that month, maybe more. And we text all the time or whatever, just kind of check in. And one of the things that we start our sessions with is, how have I been managing my time? Right. And that kickstarts deeper dialogue on my choices, on what I have done or have not done with my time. Right. So over time, I've learned to understand not only the value of time, but how important managing your time is. And you can really tell a lot about a person, about how they spend their time, how they manage their time, whether it's positive or negative. How you manage your time is a reflection of who you are. It's just the bottom line. And I feel like we have such a fleeting um entitlement when it comes to our time, and we often devalue it. And yeah, you get caught up in thinking you have so much more of it, and we really don't. Honestly, COVID should have opened up a lot of our eyes in regards to the aspect of time. Um, but the world opened back up and we're back to our normal routine. So, as I said, I feel like how you invest your time is ultimately an investment in the character of yourself, right? Your character of who you are, who you're creating yourself to be, your future self, your offspring, and it ultimately creates your reality. If you ain't investing a certain percentage of your time in activities that reimburse you financially, then you're not gonna be living the best life. I mean, eggs is like $35 for two of them. So if you're not in hustle mode for a percentage of your hours being up, then it does reflect your reality. And, you're going to struggle a little bit. That's why passive income is so important. When you're sleeping, you should be making money. When you're on vacation, you should be making money. And this is why, like, I get on myself from not being consistent with things that give me passive income, such as like my books, this podcast. I'm so emotion driven, and I'm trying to train myself to get out of my head and just do the work, because the work pays me when I don't feel like working. But again, how we spend our time builds our character and ultimately affects our reality, right? So I feel like when you are investing in activities or even people, you have to make sure that there is a positive return. especially if you are like in an older age of life. I wish in my younger years somebody kind of explained that breakdown to me, like the importance of how you manage your time. If you don't fuck around where you, I mean, of course you need to have fun, but it's about a balance. If you started off early at reaching your goals, then how you manage your time later on in life will be a reflective of what you did early on. I ain't do that. It is what it is. But now I do understand that what I invest my time in, who I invest my time in, has to be a positive return outside of just a good feeling and a good memory. I don't mean no harm. But if I'm fucking with you, whether it is a friendship, a business relationship, or an intimate relationship, when we're talking, when we're in front of each other, when we're doing whatever activity it is, it has to serve me a purpose. It just does. And I don't mean a physical purpose. I don't mean um something that is fleeting. I don't need you to be around me to have a good time. I have family and friends for that, and I can go and receive that energy from them. It has to be beneficial for me. It has to be me learning something. It has to be encouragement. Like it has to be something positive that when I walk away from this activity or this person, I am actually impacted and better than the person I was before I met them or before I did this action. That really has tweaked and tailored who I fuck with and what I do. Pre COVID, my biggest thing was the amount of time I invested in social media. I did some things um, because of therapy, basically. I was trying to figure out how to balance all my responsibilities from working, being a mom, and trying to be an entrepreneur. And it just was making me be depressed, overwhelmed, anxiety filled, and all that good shit. So it was like, how the fuck do people do it? And it's just me. And it became down to, well, what am I doing with my time? How am I investing my time? So of course we all got smartphones, whatever, whatever. My therapist was like, your phone will tell you what you're investing so much of your time in, and it'll give you a breakdown. Motherfucker, when I tell you this iPhone gave me a breakdown of what I was doing in my time. So she was like, replace that. However many hours you're spending on this app, replace it with another activity. If it doesn't make no sense, then you are mishandling your time. So I was spending like buku fucking time on social media. And I'm like, okay, if I was to work out for 9 hours a day, right? Then I would be addicted to working out. If I was to smoke 9 hours a day, then I would probably be addicted to whatever it was that I decided to smoke. That led me to realize, okay, maybe I am mishandling my time and putting it into social media. So I got on my own ass and I just hopped off. And anybody who personally knows me or if you follow me on social media, I will go silent for a while, maybe a week, maybe a month. It is what it is. It just depends on what goal I'm trying to do, what energy I'm trying to rebalance. Once I stepped away from investing so much time in activities like social media that gives me more negative return than positive, and I started putting it to things such as the podcast, my book, my kids, meaningful relationships, I saw such a positive impact on how my reality started to evolve, my mood, and my goals. So it was just like, bitch, it's all about checking yourself and asking yourself, how am I investing my time? What can I rearrange to invest more times in the areas that I want to succeed? A lot of us have areas that we need to improve, and the only way that we can improve it is investing more time in that area. If your kids acting out, 9 times out of 10, you need to spend more time with your kids. If you're a spouse and you're disconnected, 9 times out of 10, you need to spend more time with your spouse and get reconnected. If your funds is looking a mess and you tired of living paycheck to paycheck and you just not understanding how your 9 to 5 is not making things shake, that's where time management comes in and trying to figure out how to insert passive income to where even when you're not doing nothing, you're making money. You know what I'm saying? Because again, it goes back to how you manage your time impacts your character of who you are and the reality in which you live in. So for me, it was social media. Once I got a hold of how I invest my time and moved it away from social media, things start to shake. So, we all have that person and or you could be that person. I am that person that be having major shit going on in their life, like real life shit. But we'll find some type of logic to condone how we mishandle our time. And then not only will we find some type of logic to make what we choose to do instead of handling our fucking business acceptable, we'll also surround ourselves with people that also mishandle their time, right? So instead of you taking care of your business and doing what you're supposed to do, you mishandle your time and you do something to make you feel good or that will distract you from what you're going through. Whether it's going out, whether it's fucking with a motherfucker you shouldn't be fucking with, whether it's sleeping, whether it's overly drinking, overly indulging in whatever it may be to give you a temporary satisfaction or distraction from the real shit that you should be addressing, right? It's a void filler. It is what it is. It's a void filler. And you are filling this void with something that's taking up time that you can invest in improving your situation. It just is what it is. So once you really like sit back and check yourself, like me, I'm in therapy. Every time I go in the session, I pay this bitch to check me. When I'm in denial, I don't want to check myself. And it's like, should I really be doing this? Should I really be fucking with this person? Like, is this meaningful or is this a void filler? Do I really want to fuck with you? Or are you just a void filler for me feeling negative or sad about some shit, other shit that I'm dealing with? Like, that's the first start. Check yourself. Ask yourself, are you participating in a lot of mishandling of your time with void fillers? Are you dealing with a lot of people that are just taking up space? That's the first reality of checking yourself. And it'll also help you build better, meaningful relationships with people because you're no longer looking for people to fill this void of this negative feeling or this negative situation that you no longer have the energy putting time into. So you want to deflect. So you want to be distracted. So now you're entertaining somebody you're really not interested in, or when shit do get better, you probably not gonna want to be around this person no more. Right? Meaningful encounters, meaningful situations. We all got that one friend, like we cool with, but we really ain't got nothing in common. And we kind of don't even know why we fucking with that person. It's just void filler. I mean, it is what it is. Space fillers. It is no hard feelings. It just is what it is. And I personally, like, that's been my comfort zone, is having somebody that I can escape to, right? Do I want to be with this person? Probably the fuck not. Probably not. Y'all know I got horrible taste in men, but we're not even gonna get on that today. But probably the fuck not. But I need some type of distraction from all the responsibilities, all the like things that I am trying to handle solo. So I'll get involved with somebody that I know it's really not serving me any purpose but momentary pleasure. And it has no impact on who I am as a person or my reality. It's a misuse of my time. I know it. So I like always question myself, why am I doing this? What is the positive return if I choose to do this activity or if I choose to fuck with this person? And it's like, I have a deadline. to do something that will give me passive income or maybe overtime to my 9 to 5. I'll like have an opportunity to do something to build my income. And I'll choose to do some dumb shit like go out and have a drink. And it's just like, and then when I go out, I'm so bored. I'm just like, why the fuck did I choose to come out of here? Like, why do I choose to come out of here? Like, why do I choose to be around people that I don't even know, listen to music that I really don't even enjoy? Like, what am I doing? By then, it's too late because I've already misused my time. So it's like understanding the importance of your time and how to balance it is what is key. I'm not saying go out, you up 8 hours or 10 hours a day, however many hours you choose to be up a day, and just overly stress and overly work yourself, and you can't value the fruits of your labor. Or you work so fucking hard that you physically get sick because you've overworked yourself, you've overstressed yourself on goals, aspiration, bills, or whatever, that you can't enjoy the fruits of your labor. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying don't enjoy life. I'm not saying don't have a fuck buddy if you so focused you can't really get into a serious relationship. We still human. You still need to get your rocks off. And I'm supporting about getting your rocks off. I'm saying balance is key to having a good life. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are entitled to enjoy the fruits of your labor, but fuck, you got to make sure you're doing the labor too. So we got to be sure, like, you have to really utilize your time in order to have consistent positive change in yourself and your reality. It is. We feel like we're privileged to time. We feel like we're privileged to wake up. We just privileged. And it's really a gift. It is really a fucking gift. You don't know the time, the hour, whether you're going to be alive, whether you're going to be healthy, whether you're going to be in a good state of mind. You don't know. So why not get up and rock it all the fucking time? Ain't nobody else going to do it for you but you. So how can you like check yourself from time to time or make sure that you're staying balanced? Because there's a lot of people that are on the opposite end. They don't really have void fillers. They're not really misusing their time with meaningless encounters or meaningless activities. They're just so focused on work. They're so focused on meeting goals that they're not enjoying life. They're not dating. They're not having kids. They're not traveling. They're not doing anything that brings them what type of joy that they probably need to experience because they're so stressed or so zoned in on reaching these goals that when they are in social environments or they do have the opportunity to connect with a person, they don't fucking know how to do it. Like, I love meeting men out of my tax bracket that are so focused and so driven, especially ones like with no kids and they making buku money every year. But when I go on dates with these people, like, I'm a fool. I like to laugh. I like to crack jokes. I like to understand people's perspectives. I'm not a judgmental person. So I'm kind of like coloring all outside of the lines. That's basically my personality. When you talk to some of these people, it's just like they don't know what the fuck to talk about outside of their work, outside of their achievements, outside of their goals. Their personality is dry as fuck. And then they try to make up an excuse on why they're not currently living life. And it's like, oh, when I make this set amount of money, oh, when I make this status at work, okay, then I will feel like I can focus on dating or I can travel the world or things like that. But then it's like, well, bitch, what if you go and get in a car wreck and now you're a paraplegic? You can only move your eyes and you got all this fucking money for the best care, but your quality of living life, has been depleted because you've mishandled your time. You have not enjoyed the fruits of your labor. So it goes back like to balance. It's like, make sure you're not misusing your time, but also make sure you are enjoying the fruits of your labor if you are so focused on laboring with majority of your time. You get what I'm saying? Balance. That's all. So how can you check yourself? Like, these are things that I do. Keep in mind, I'm not no licensed therapist. I ain't here telling y'all what to do. I'm just telling y'all what helps me. So don't be coming up in my motherfucking DM talking about, hey, you wrong. I'm just trying to give you some motherfucking tips. So, like, how can you check yourself though? I'm really, 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 really big on this activity tracker on the iPhone. I'm sure Android got it too. I just really can't help y'all on how to get in your settings and find that. Ask Google. But there is a setting to where you can track how much hours you spend on your phone, what apps you spend on it, and it can kind of give you a just oversight of how much you're investing your time on your phone or on a particular app. If you're investing so much time on the particular app, Instagram, TikTok, whatever, then dig a little bit deeper. What is the content that I'm constantly exposing myself to? Like me. Okay, when I hop on TikTok, it is for promotions on how to build, your ads on social media, passive income, how to work certain apps that I'm using, how to do certain things when it comes to books, recipes. It's things like that. I'm not really on TikTok scrolling for fun. Instagram, really need to change, what I'm seeing on Instagram, but that's not here or there. But it's about the content that you're serving yourself. If the content that you're constantly seeing is more of a negative and more of entertainment, then maybe you need to tweak the content that you're exposing yourself if you're going to be investing so much time on this particular app. It has to be serving you some type of positive impact that will, again, improve your character and also give you life skills that can improve your reality. If you ain't got nothing but ass shaking, gossip, what the trap niggas doing, like, okay, you sitting hours investing in somebody else's life. Baby, please find you something to do. Because them people is not paying your bills. And you still got back pay child support and your life's about to get cut off, but you worried about what little baby got going on. Like, that blows my mind. It is so many grown adults that are obsessed with people that they will never meet in their life. They're more connected with celebrities than they are their fucking kids or family. Ain't got nothing going on outside of their 9 to 5, but yet they can tell you every side hustle that a particular celebrity has. I don't understand it. No judgment, but I don't understand it. Reprioritize your time, baby. Write your goals down. Write your goals down. I feel like as adults, life is stressful. Put kids on top of that, life is fucking stressful. Put a spouse on top of that, life is extra stressful. If you ain't got no safety net and you out here one deep trying to make some shit shake, life can get a little cray cray. I already know. So it's easy for us to put our goals on the back burner and let the dust pile up on them. Blow that dust off. Every month, every 2 months, every quarter, figure out a way that works with you. Write your goals down. Put them somewhere that you can see them. I have a vision board in my room. I write on my mirror in my bathroom. I have notes all in my phone. I text myself little goals that I want to meet. Maybe for the month, maybe long term. It is what it is. Then when I go back and look at it the next week, it's like, what goal have I met? If I haven't met that goal, but yet my phone activity is showing me the hours that I'm misusing on bullshit, it's my fault. I haven't met this goal because of the hours that I'm putting over here. I need to refocus them here. Okay, you want to get your CDL license. You ain't got the time. That's what you're telling yourself. You know what I'm saying? You got to work your 9 to 5. You got to take care of your kids. You got to do whatever you do. But you got time to watch ESPN. You got time to be on your phone. You keeping up with every motherfucking thing 50 Cent put on that TV. Oh, you can make time. Every time that I would open up my phone to try to go to social media when I was fasting from social media, I would make myself open up a book and read a chapter. Every time you watch an episode, make yourself, if it's 30-minute episode, put 30 minutes into focusing on your CDL. or focusing on whatever certification or schooling that you want to do. Or if you want to start a business, make sure you take that 30 minutes into researching how to do a podcast, how to write a book, how to braid hair, whatever it is that you want to do. Train yourself. I put 30 minutes here. Okay, now I got to put 30 minutes there. Put a timer. When we was in school, we didn't want to do it, but we had to do it. It was structure. It was a non-choice structure. Put yourself back in that mode. Make yourself do it. Put a time on your ass. At the end of the day, once you re-look back, okay, what did I do with my day? I try to start my day. I try. I'm just getting out of a little funk, so I'm getting back to my routine. I try to start my day with checking in with myself. That's why I check in on the podcast with y'all. I try to end my day before I close my eyes. I talk to my maker, do a little journaling. I check in with myself again. How did I spend my time? I'm looking at my tracker. I'm looking at my vision board. How did I spend my time today? Why do I feel the way I feel? If I'm in a funk up mood, what did I do today? What did I invest time in that affected me negatively? And then that kind of gives you an overall idea of how you handle your time, if you have balance, if you're misbalanced, if you're misusing your time, if you need to tweak the amount of time that you allow people to have with you. Just check in with yourself daily, weekly, whatever it needs to be to make sure you're maintaining balance and you are on a constant move to self-improvement and reality shift. Life is short. It go fast. I don't know about y'all. My birthday about to come up. I'm about to be 33. I'm like, bitch. I ain't think it'll be like this. But here I am. Time go fast. We don't know when death coming. We don't know when sickness coming. We don't know when war is coming. Like the environment that we live in right now is so chaotic. So that should be even more motivation to make sure that we are handling our time very well. You see what I'm saying? Set your goals. Make sure you always have a set of goals, whether it's for your personal financial wealth, whether it's for your mental health, whether it's for your relationships. You need to be constantly checking in with your goals and realigning yourself with your time. Be cautious of social media. It is the biggest joke that we have fallen for. It is the biggest distraction that we have fallen for. Be cautious of how you spend your time on social media. There is so much negative energy that you can pick up. There is so much misinformation that you can start believing. Be cautious with this social media. But that is a whole nother episode. But that's all I wanted to talk to you good people. I just want to check in with y'all, see how y'all doing. Let y'all know I'm here. I'm going to do better. I'm going to get back consistent. I love y'all for checking in. Again, I'm your pretty cool host, EnviiDee. Be mindful how you manage your time and maintain balance. I'm going to fuck with y'all next week. Bye. Again, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I look forward to your feedback. Be sure to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Judge Me Not. Again, that's Judge Me Not. Me is MII on Instagram and Twitter. I look forward to interacting with you guys. Peace, love, and blessings. Until next time.